Hello there and welcome to Network Africa with me, Cynthia Are. Now, it's been a relatively busy weekend and here's a summary of what you probably missed. International Women's Day was celebrated in various parts of the world. Most of the females marched against rape and other types of violence, and even the head of the Roman Catholic Church lent his voice, calling for women to no longer be marginalized in society. Things were far from peaceful in Egypt, where the country carried out an execution on an Islamist man for murder committed during riots in mid-2013. It was very symbolic, as it was the very first death sentence carried out against a supporter of the banned Muslim Brotherhood under President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. Things didn't go any better for the Al Jazeera journalists, who had their trial date shifted yet again to March the 19th, and it was indeed frustrating.
And everybody here, I think, is just, we come here and we respect the court, but it's very unusual that the witnesses don't come twice in a row, and I see it as an insult to the judiciary here, and it's really a legal limbo, and we're caught in it.
It's taking too much time. It's taking too much time. It's hard to get anything nowadays because I don't have any proof to say that I'm Beher Mohammed. So I'm working on it, but it's taking too much time.
In Mali, things weren't rosy in the least, as residents in the capital Bamako were left shocked after a militant attack that began inside of a restaurant early Saturday morning, March the 7th, which left 5 people dead, including 3 Malians, 1 French citizen and a Belgian EU security officer. And just when the country was trying to recover, disaster struck yet again. Unknown attackers fired dozens of rockets towards a UN base on the outskirts of the North Malian town of Kidal early on Sunday, March the 8th, killing at least 3 people. Well, we have updates for you concerning what's happening in Egypt and in Libya as well. An explosion in Egypt's second city of Alexandria targeted a mobile phone shop today. That's a day after a series of bombings killed 1 person and wounded 9 others in the same city, and that was yesterday. There were no reports or no injuries or deaths reported from Monday's blast, but the shop's exterior and nearby vehicles were damaged in the process. Last week, 1 policeman was killed and 20 others were injured in the city of Al-Mahalla. Egypt is facing an Islamist insurgency that has killed hundreds of police officers and soldiers since the army removed Islamist President Mohammed Morsi in 2013 following mass protests against his rule. Now, other Egyptian cities have also been under attack besides Alexandria. A roadside bomb killed 3 soldiers, Egyptian ones at that, in the Sinai Peninsula today as well. Now, the blast, which also wounded a soldier, comes days ahead of an investment conference in Sharm el-Sheikh resort, which Egypt hopes will project an image of stability and secure billions of dollars. The bomb targeted a military vehicle in Sinai, home to Egypt's most dangerous Islamist militant group, the Sinai Province. Formerly known as Ansar Bait al-Maqdis, it has pledged allegiance to the Islamic State. That's the ultra-hardline Sunni group which controls large parts of Iraq and Syria. Sinai-based militants have killed hundreds of soldiers and police since the army toppled the Islamist President Mohammed Morsi in 2013. Now, joining us live from the Voice of America is Cal Perry. He'll be giving us more concerning what's happening in Egypt. Cal, thank you so much for speaking with us on Network Africa.
Always a pleasure.
Now, I'd like to start by asking you if there's any possibility that these attacks could have something to do with the role Egypt is playing as regards the Islamic State.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what we're seeing is really the spreading of a conflict. As you sort of alluded to, a lot of the attacks and a lot of the fighting has been in the Sinai